to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drum's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soared into the light.
Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, because today we get to fly one of the classics, I would say. Hello, I don't use this sound. Well, yeah, well, I don't think the new update serves MFS 2020, because this new aircraft was specifically designed for FS 2024, so this update has, I believe, nothing to do with 2020. Production on the 2020 has been going on for quite some time, so I think PMDG just finished the product in 2020, although they might have another update, not this one, I believe. So, not sure. But welcome, I don't use this account. Be very welcome to my channel. Remember to leave a like and subscribe. And like always, as always, if you guys want to help the channel, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link on your screen. There's also one in the description below. So anything you can help the channel with will be quite appreciated. Anyway, back to the PMDG. This is a classic. This is, I believe, ever since I've flown flight simulators, I've had a PMDG somewhere since FS 2024, I believe, maybe even before that, there were PMDG aircraft. This is Schipol, and I'm wondering why it's so quiet. Sometimes this happens with Beyond ATC. The Beyond ATC is generating traffic for me, and it appears that today we'll have another instance of no traffic for some reason. Not sure what's going on, but we'll get on with it. Now, when it comes to the PMDG 737, there's not much to say other than that PMDG has worked tightly with Boeing throughout the years to create a very credible simulation, and this one is no exception. As you will see during this live stream, I'm going to show you a few things that are new and that really pushes this plane beyond what you would get with the normal or the standard simulation. Now, a lot of the stuff that we are used to in other aircraft is not simulated here, such as panel interaction. There are a few panels that you can interact with, but not much. The 737 itself is not much of a interactionable, if that's the word, airplane. Let me see if I can crawl into the gear well here. Nope, just can't get there. Oh, there we go. Oh, almost there. All right, there we go. Really cool. I mean, you don't have to model these things, but look at this. I wonder if there's a light switch. I believe it should be somewhere over here. I'm sure they don't get that far in the simulation. Just having this is way too much, I believe. I mean, you don't have to model the gear well, but it's cool to see anyway. So externally, the aircraft is just as what you expect from PMDG throughout the years, really well modeled. There are a few bits and pieces here that are really cool to see. This is, of course, one of the cheapest airlines in the world, Ryanair. So there's a lot of these stop check brakes. You're the only guys I know that do this. Look at that little turtle approach slowly, like handling people as stupid as Ryanair usually does. No offense, it's just what they do. If you paid the low fare ticket, hello Dinesh, bom dia. If you pay the low fare ticket on a low cost airline, you know what to expect, right? So this is one of the interactive panels. As you can see, I'm not going to press it because I think it will turn off the GPU. But that's it. There's not much else to interact. You can now, of course, open the cargo doors. These ones open inside. This is what Boeing designed it to do. There are a few other items around the plane that are interactive, I would say, like the emergency exits, the doors themselves, but that's it. I don't think you need more than that. Other add-ons would allow you to open some maintenance panels and all that, but I think it's just for show. There's another interactive panel. This is the air stairs, so we can retract and extend. Let's leave them extended because we're about to enter the plane. Now this is cool. Just open the door. Bingo. And as you can see, these handrails, if you want, they retract and extend with the door opening. I have seen that this animation isn't really accurate. Sometimes it does that, sometimes it doesn't, but it's cool to see. Let's get inside. Right, welcome to the flight deck. Today, Betsy's with us. Hello, Betsy. Say hi to the gentleman. So, pretty much what you would expect to see on a Boeing 737 panel. You even have the overhead projection. Not the overhead, the heads-up projection, that's what I mean. It's not really something that most airlines use, but those that do have it, there it is. It's an aid, and it allows the plane to land in Cat 3B, by the way, so it's always useful. The usual bends, they never quit, do they? Now this is something new. We can now open the window, something we couldn't do on the 2020 version. Not sure why, but they just did that now. So it's cool to see opening and closing. Not really part of the procedures anyway. I'm going to pull up my checklists here so I can... No, not Airbus. Oh, I only got Airbus checklists. Now there we go. It's a Boeing 737. So, like I was saying, a lot of the stuff that you are familiar with on the 737, and specifically on the PMDG, you will get it here. So you just need to pay attention that some of the stuff is remodeled. And I'll show you a few things. So to start off, before we get into the nitty-gritty stuff, oh nice. Oh, Whalen with tiny, this predator alien stuff. What is this? Can this? Oh, nice. So a lot of the stuff is interactive. So this is the door. We can actually extend and retract the air stairs using these buttons. It's something new. So you can control the cabin lights. So let's say I want to turn on all the lights on the cabin. You can see it's turned on. Then I can easily just operate, and as you can see, you can preview the zones. So you can turn off the working lights as well as the forward entry, or you can, for example, night sleep should turn everything blue. There it is. And you can see it now, of course, because it's daytime. But these are the Boeing, how to call it, ambient lights. I'm not sure how they call them, but yeah, a lot of this stuff is interactive, of course, just like in MFS 2020. I believe we can also open, but can't close it. No, yes you can. Also the blinders. It's just a cool thing to do. I mean, they don't have to do these things. No one sits here for the entirety of the flight, but there are people out there that do enjoy these kind of things, so it's cool to see that. It's for the immersion, I suppose. Let's put it back on manual so that the lights are operated by the crew. You can also arm the doors. You can see that the slider arm is armed, although the sliders themselves aren't modeled. Alright, so you can do this and you can open the door, but the door will not extend the sliders. So, hello, bravo papa, welcome, buono, bom dia. And then there's the funny stuff like the beverage cans. I mean, you can also press these buttons, although they don't do much. But it's cool to see. I mean, again, for those that do like the immersion bit. Oops, not outside. Just want to sit down. There you go. All right, let's prep the flight. So parking brake is set. Done. Battery switch on and covered. There it is. Ground power is connected and on. IRS selector to nav. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's get another camera perspective, much better. So cabin utility is on, as well as IFE pass selector to on. Emergency lights are armed. We can close the guard. The local lights should be on. Here we go. Position lights to steady as they are. Window heat to on, as well as probe heat. There they are. These are the window heat switches, and these are the probe heat switches. Trim air set to on. Where is the trim air? I know it's somewhere over here. There it is. Trim air to on. Recycling fans to auto. Both of them, left and right. Packs to auto. Here we are. Isolation valve to open as it is. Pressurization set to auto as it is. Fuel pump forward 1 to on. Got it. Altimeters. Now we just need to go back to our main seat. Let's listen to ATC. So we are going to see if it's compatible with Beyond ATC. 132.98. Nice. It is compatible. No, we're not hearing anything, so we probably need to open the audio panel.
18 center.
There it is.
22, departing runways 18 right, 18 left, 22, 24, transition level 030. Advise on initial contact, you have information Bravo.
We got Bravo.
Schiphol Airport information Bravo, 0931 Zulu, wind 250 at 10, visibility 10 miles or more, few clouds at 1,400, temperature 11, 2.08, QNH 1014, landing
1014.
18 center, 22, departing runways 18 right, 18 left, 22,
10, whoop.
transition level 030.
Is it synced?
Advise on initial contact you have information Bravo.
Yep, it's synced. Nice. 1014. Got it.
Schiphol Airport.
So altimeter set, transponder set, altitude off. So we got transponder. Where is it? Right there. So it's it's an Airbus style. Well, not Airbus, but you get what I mean. Yeah, it's off. Now it's off. Flight directors to on. Bingo and bingo. FMC. Now let's set up our FMC. Now we prepared our flight for today. We're going to Dublin. So let's go to initial reference. Whoops. FMC. So we got November 27, December 25 done. Alright, so we got our IRS last position. Let's do that. So now it's aligning IRS. Let's set a flight plan request. There it is, from EHAM to EIDW. This is Dublin Airport. Select. Flight plan so it's still loading. Let's wait a little bit. Hello Mirsha, nice to see you too. Alright, let's see if we got the route uplink ready. Let's load. It's loading. In the meantime, let's request passenger loading. Request boarding. No. Alright, so now let's activate the route. Done. Let's go to performance. Requested from data link. Oh, there's a lot of people talking here. It's just much better. Alright, let's load it in. So this should be preliminary, but we'll take it from now. So we got flight level 410 and for flight level 400 for the cruise. We got well, it's not filling in the planned fuel, but we'll get to that. Yeah. So yeah, are the passengers being loaded? Here they come. All right. MCP. So let's go for the performance. We need to calculate performance. So let's go weight and balance. Load plane from Simbrief. Oh, that's because I didn't load it here. There we go. So here's our route. Pretty straightforward, crossing the United Kingdom all the way. Let's go back to our performance and load the plane from Simbrief. Alright, so this is instantaneous, simply because currently there's no way for PMDG to make it interactive with Simbrief according to their own explanation. So we got the plane loaded in, and we're just waiting for Simbrief to, well, GSX to fill in with Simbrief. So yeah, so performance has been done. I just need to import from aircraft. We don't have a clearance yet, so let's request that. Asking for IFR clearance to Dublin. So we got runway 24. Condition is dry. Yeah. definitely dry. So we got flap condition optimum, rating optimum, AI config, import weather. All right, so we'll be calling when ready to push and start. All right, so calculate, and there we go. So now we just need to go to N1 limits, set the N1 limitation, which is set to 61 degrees Celsius. So 61 for the derated takeoff, and we're gonna go for takeoff info. We're gonna go for flaps 5, 141, 141, 142, and the VREF is 146. All right, so flaps 5, and what's our CG percentage? I don't think we can get that from here. I think we need to go to mass and ballast. So there it is, CG 23. 23 on the mark. All right, so now let's go for, well, there's no V1 reference. All right, we'll do it manually. No issues. Just go back to performance, and we got 141, 141, 142. So 141, 141, whoops. There we go, 141 and 142. All right, and takeoff weight is 113.7. All right. Let me see if I'm missing something. I don't think so. I think reference is on. Not sure why we don't get the predictive. So runway is dry. All right, so let's go departure. That's probably because I didn't set up the departure. So we're gonna go for runway 24 via Valk 3S. So probably on next page. There it is. All right, execute. And now if I go back to performance, I probably get the other. Let's go for the arrival already. Let's go to the OFP and get that arrival information. So, sorry, routing. We need to scroll down here. There it is. So we're going for runway 28 left via Vatry 4 Lima. To 8 left via Vatry 4 Lima. That's probably the last one. Yeah, there it is. Is there a transition in it? No transition. We do have trends here, so I'm gonna need to check the charts. No big deal, we're still loading passengers. So it's Vatry for Lima. It's for the arrival. So Vatry for Lima. Bund. Syntax. There it is, Vatry 4 Lima. What's the transition here on this? So where's Vatry? Vatry 4 Lima, probably Keyport or Soren. Yeah, probably Soren. If there's such a thing. No. Dub or Obino. There's no transition here unless it's RNAV for runway. No RNAVs. Well, we're just gonna have to wait, I suppose. Oh, there's more here. Shugat. Pizza. That's it. Alright, passengers are loaded. Alright, let's go back to performance real quick. So we got 6-1. Now we got QRH, alright. Oh, that's too low. Predictions are too low. I wonder why. Fuel is set. Alright, let's carry on. FMC setup, MCP, so V2 should be 146. And we got heading, runway heading 236, I believe, and altitude, let's go for the transition altitude, which I believe is 6,000. For now, they'll get us a clearance for that. No clearance here on the radio. No altitude clearance, alright. HELNAV and VNAV, let's arm these babies. Done. So let's start our APU for now. APU starting. Let's test our oxygen. I test mine. Betsy, you test yours. Betsy, talking with you. Like, oh my god, this woman. Hello Richard, good morning. Yeah, we got a full house today. So we got Dinesh, I don't use his account, welcome. Bravo Papa, and Richard. Thank you for coming, guys. So we're just waiting for the APU to come up. Different plane today, huh, Richard? Let's set our cruising altitude for flight level 400. There it goes. As the APU comes alive, we'll set this APU bleed to on. Oh, there's the APU in all its might. It's about time we close our doors, right? Getting noisy in this cockpit. So, first of all, let's close our door. Hello. How do you close this door? There it is. Nice. And now, let's go for our ground equipment. And let's close the doors. Door management, close all doors. As the doors are closed, they will also be armed. This will arm the emergency sliders. Alright. I believe we can also retract the air stairs from here, if I can find them. Equipment hatch, emergency exits. Well, it's not here, but we can do it from the FMC. Let's go here for so return, FS actions, doors, and retract air stairs. There it is. We don't need to go outside. So passengers are loaded. Just need to retract the air stairs. I believe they are being retracted. Not yet. Do we really need to go back there and retract everything? Let's tell GSX we're ready to go, so prepare for push and departure. So APU is already powering the plane. Just disconnecting ground power. And we're good to go. So pre-flight checklists complete. Let's go for before start checklists. Ground power is disconnected and off. Chocks, they are still in, but we'll remove them in a moment. Flight deck doors are closed and locked. Yaw damper, well, it's hidden, but it's here. Yaw damper sent on. Probe heat is on. Hydraulic pumps to, well, the engine hydraulic pumps are on, but we'll set it, the hydraulic pumps to on, electrical ones to on, fuel pumps to on, passenger signs to on and auto, anti-collision lights to on, and packs to off. Sorry, passengers. Oh, this is the bleed, sorry. Packs to off. And we'll start engines as soon as we start pushing. So we'll just wait for the ground crew to give us the all clear. Oh, now we have planes moving. Wow, we still don't get GSX to move away from the plane. GPU. Oh, all right. I know what it means. All right. No, let's go back inside the cockpit. All right. So I know what it means. So it needs to release the ground power, and now everything will start moving, I suppose. But we still have the air stairs extended.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Hello. Services performed by KLM, which is nice. What about the air stairs? They're still there. I cannot retract those air stairs. Well, not yet. Let me see what I can do.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
I'm pressing the button and it doesn't seem to be doing much. Yeah, I need to go back there. Hold on a second. Retract? Are they retracting?
Locking gear.
I'm sorry. Stand by for a moment. They're not retracting. Let's see if they retract now with the door open. Yeah, they do. Alright, so yeah. So the doors closed before the stairs were retracted, so that's probably the issue here. But we got it. Crisis averted. So let's go put this one to the route here. FMC and legs. And this one also return, FMC, and performance. Done. Alright. Oh, I can barely hear you, Betsy.
Skip for ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast.
Face southeast. Affirm. Alright, I think we're good to go. Let's just load the... not this one. Load the charts. And this is our departure from... let's get the airport. Should have done this before, but real quick. These are all the briefings. We don't need that now. Just spin this one. And our SID,
Scandinavian 822 at gate Bravo 35 request pushback and engine
it's
start.
Valk.
Scandinavian 822. Skip for ground. Pushback approved. Face southeast.
Pushback approved. Face southeast. Scandinavian 822.
Valk 3S. Alright. So Valk, Valco, 3G, 3S. There we go. So these are the ones we need. So let's go for the pins.
Griffin 89 Sierra, gate Delta 16 request pushback.
Airport. Okay. This one first.
Griffin 89 Sierra.
Here we go.
Pushback and engine start approved.
So what are we waiting for? Probably GSX. Continue.
Face east. Griffin 89 Sierra.
Face south. Or I'll remove the chocks, of course. That's what we need to do. Remove chocks.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes. Ooh, almost had an accident here. In the studio. Parking brake released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Started well, copy. Let's clear the master caution. And let's start left engine. Hydraulics are on. Switch on.
Scandinavian 822, request taxi to the active.
Scandinavian 822, runway 24 taxi via Alpha 4 Whiskey.
Engine 1's pulling up.
Alpha 8 Bravo, Sierra 7.
Runway 24 taxi via Alpha 4 Whiskey, Alpha 8 Bravo, Sierra 7, Scandinavian 822.
Engine 1 started and available. Start number 2.
Griffin 89 Sierra, request taxi.
Griffin 89 Sierra, runway 24 taxi via Alpha 8 Bravo, Sierra 7.
Runway 24 taxi via Alpha 8 Bravo, Sierra 7, Griffin 89
Parking brake set.
Sierra.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Copy.
Scandinavian 822, hold position for traffic.
Hold position for traffic, Scandinavian 822.
Scandinavian 822, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Scandinavian 822.
Engine just started.
Griffin 89
Before taxi checklist, engine 1 and 2 generators to on.
Contact tower
Ooh,
135
there we go.
Griffin 89 Sierra.
Engine bleed air to on. APU bleed to off. APU power off. So the air stairs warning light is still there. You can see there. But let me check outside. The stairs are stowed. Oh, they're not stowed. Let me go back there one more time. Sorry about that. Because we need to make sure there are no lights in there. Ooh, well, funky. Alright, let's open the door again. Apparently the air stairs don't move. Retract. Just making sure they're in. Yeah, it looks like they're in now. Alright, now we can... Ooh, that's noisy. Let's see, the light's off. No? Yeah, the lights are off. Alright, cool. Alright, we got a good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine. You can
NTIs, not required. Oh, what's our OAT? Where is the OAT indicator displayed? Oh my. Oh, there. Oh, no. It's yeah, it's positive. It's alright. Auto brake set to RTO. Flaps set flaps 5. There it goes. Flaps 5. Trim set for takeoff, which is 4.31. I believe that's what it is, right? 4. Let's add a little more. Something in that vicinity. It's hard to say because the scale is so small. So APU set to off, it's off. APU bleed off, it's off. Packs 1 left and right, it's set to on. Isolation valve set to auto. Done. Ground equipment is clear. Taxi lights to on. There it is. Taxi lights and runway turn off. We can turn them on. And take before taxi checklist complete. Let's request taxi now.
Alpha 8 Bravo, Sierra 7 Lufthansa 3 Alpha. Rainer 01 taxi for departure.
Rainer 01, runway 24 taxi via Alpha 2 Bravo, Sierra 2, hold short runway 24.
Alright, we'll taxi to runway 24 via Alpha 2 Bravo.
Oh, it's
Sierra 2.
moving.
Hold short
It shouldn't be
runway 24
moving
Rainer 01.
because the parking brakes are set. But somehow it's moving. Look at that. It's still moving. Look at that, it's still moving and I'm pressing the pedals. That's not good. Oh, nice, nice. MFS 2024 is a good sim now. All right, let's set the clock. Let's go for elapsed time. Oh, this is simulation, right? So I want run, but not the chronometer. I want an elapsed time. All right, here we go. Taxiing. Let's go for flight controls. Flight controls check. So we go here to system. Full deflection left, neutral. Full deflection right, neutral. Full pitch up, full pitch down, and neutral. Full rudder left, and full rudder right, and neutral. Alright, looks fine and dandy as usual. Alright, so now we need to go over there. And turn right for runway 28 and hold short over runway 24. Alright. So that way, I believe. Yeah, that way. So this is much better if we have the chart up front. Here we go. Oh, I think, oh no, it's that way. Here we go. Is this the right? Yeah, this is the right position. So now we need to make a left-hand turn for runway 24 and hold for crossing. So I'm noticing a lot of stuff in my checklist that I got here I'm missing. And I'm just making some notes. One of them is the flight controls check. Other is the TCAS control. So TCAS, we need to turn on TCAS, as well as our transponder, which isn't on yet. So we should have squawk 4424. And now set to out, system on, TARA. That and the radar as well, so weather radar. So let's set it on here. A lot of this stuff isn't on my checklist, on my paper checklist. So let's hold there. It's cool to hear the nose landing gear skidding, although the brakes are quite ineffective. I wonder if there's an issue here with my... I can't brake the plane. It's not braking. See me pushing the pedals, nothing's happening. There's a brake accumulator. Now this could be an issue. Because the brakes have no power. parking brakes aren't have no power, and I don't know why. I may have done something incorrectly, so I apologize in advance. But we need to turn here. Not sure why. Is it something to do with the gear pin? But I'm turning. So if the gear pin is inserted, I wouldn't have steering. I would have brakes. Oh my god. Everything looks fine. I just don't have brakes.
Pushback approved. Face south, fueling 8301.
Yeah, nothing. I do have brake pressure, so it's in the green. It's just not actuating. So this could be a bug. And this could be an issue because we will not be able to brake the plane. Everything looks fine. Everything looks fine. I just don't know what's going on here. So I got brake pressure but no brakes. While I'm taxiing, I'm gonna check the forms, see if this is a known issue or something. Give me a moment here.
Dynasty 074 Heavy, request taxi. Dynasty 074 Heavy, runway 24 taxi via Alpha 1 True Bravo, Sierra 7. Runway 24 taxi via Alpha 13 Bravo, Sierra 7 Dynasty 074 Heavy.
Center 7 Tango Mike at gate Charlie 7 request pushback and engine start.
Center 7 Tango Mike, skiffle ground, pushback and engine start approved, face southeast.
Pushback approved, face southeast. Center 7 Tango Mike.
Dynasty 074 Heavy, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back. Hold position.
Yeah, definitely no brakes.
074 Heavy.
No brakes whatsoever. Let me check the failures real quick. Maybe there's a failure happening.
Continue taxi, Dynasty 074 Heavy.
So, all systems. Oh, random failures. No. Just gotta do this quick.
Runway 24 via Alpha 8.
Hydraulics, probably.
8301.
Main. Clear all. Let's see, now do we have brakes? No, still no braking. I do have the pressure, just no brakes. So these are the flaps. Electric. I mean, we can cycle these just to be sure. Now we have no brakes. This is really odd, to be honest. I've never had such an issue. Let me continue checking the forms real quick. I can't even hit the parking brake. Yeah, it could be an issue, something like that. Let's see, 2024, no brakes. It's hard to say, so I'm gonna get on to the maintenance, clear all again, done, return, programmed, I mean, there's not much you can do other than clearing possible. So, pneumatic, maintenance, clear all. I mean, I didn't ask for failures. Electrical, flight instruments, wheels and brakes, maintenance, clear all. Now do we have brakes? No brakes. Oh my god. No brakes whatsoever. Just... And we will not be able to land. We will not be able to land correctly because we will not have brakes. So this is going to be an issue. So well, this is the holding point for runway 24, and we'll not be able to brake correctly. Yeah, not good guys. Let's pause here. I really need to check the forums real quick. Maybe I can get a quick answer. Unlikely, but let's try. Let's just wait, because if we can't solve this right now, we will not be able to land or stop in the runway at least.
Overton Tower 135.11 KL and 303. Have a good day.
Let's see what they say. So, coming back down here, this is set. We can see the pedals moving there, so axis is alright. Although I feel that they do not go all the way down, but anyway, let me check the controls here.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast.
So we got pendular rudder, flight controls and surfaces, secondary flight controls. No. Well, it is on. We just... It's working. Well, let's just see if they answer me. Oh my god. Little things, right? Oh, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving. Ah, stop. Oh, what could it be? The hydraulics are on. There's not much we can do on this plane to make it work. So let's go back to the failures page. Programmed brake failure. Arm, no, nothing's been said on this. Maintenance. Yeah, it's just all active. There's none active, so there's no failure active. And we just don't have hydraulics. Well, we do have the hydraulics. They do seem to work, but and they're on the green.
Runway 24 taxi via Alpha Tree Bravo, Sierra 7 Lufthansa 303.
Let's see. What can we do here? Panel state. If I do this, I'll board the entire plane. I could reload the panel state. There's just no brakes. Controls, brake. Left brake axis. It is working. All right. Hello. What are the for the keyboard? It's the space bar. Let's see now. Pressing the space bar. Will it brake? No, it doesn't brake whatsoever. This is going to be an issue, a really bad issue, if I can't. What's this little gizmo here? HGS. Fail. Alright. Yeah, it's going to be a big issue, because if I can brake the plane, I cannot hold it inside the airport. So I've been wondering that, Richard, but there's nothing here to. I mean, I can set the jocks or set it or unset it, so everything looks fine. Just arming all doors here. So hydraulic, I mean refill. Let's just refill everything. Replace the brakes, cool the brakes, replace the tires, everything. Let's see, do we have brakes now? No, see, so I'm pressing the brakes and yeah, it's still going. I don't think we can do this flight. I don't think we can do this flight, gentlemen, if we don't have any brakes. Not even the parking brakes are being applied. I'm bumping my question. I noticed that the parking brake wasn't holding the plane when we finished pushback. These guys saw that, so I wonder if GSX interaction did something to the brakes. Shouldn't do anything to the plane. Just waiting for any reply. But if we can't stop the plane whatsoever, I'm afraid we're going to have to cancel this live stream and hope for an update. Everything else is working, it's just the brakes that aren't working. So hydraulic panels have been reset. So flight controls, nothing of this will interfere with the brakes. The only thing that can interfere with the brakes are these hydraulic pumps, which pump the hydraulic fluid for the brakes and other systems. And they're active, they're working. Engine bleeds, not interfere. This is pneumatic, no, it won't interfere. As for the brake pressure, we've seen that it's in the green. I mean, it's always in the green, and the pedal axis is working. So I don't know. I really do not know what to do. So, unlocking the brakes, they do work, they actuate at least. It's pressing the space bar for manually. But as soon, let me show it to you one more time. So parking brakes is set, and if I unpause it, plane moves. So this is the plane pause right now. So we're ready for departure. It's just before takeoff checklist. Let's set everything up here. So weather radar is on. Let's set terrain on the other side. Let's pull down the heads-up display. Transponder set to TIRA. We're good to go, and after, we're gonna have to trust that we get a reply.
Runway 01, ready for departure. Runway 24.
Final 01, skip for tower, 1260 at 11, runway 24, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for
Runway
takeoff.
24 cleared for takeoff. Runway 01.
There we go. On pausing it. So maybe the auto brakes will work. Here's hoping. Alright, auto throttle on. And toga. There we go. Oh my god, what's going on? Abort. Yeah, this flight definitely doesn't. So what the heck went on? What did happen today? Takeoff config, so let's review stuff here in a moment. So this is an issue because Beyond ATC can't handle rejected takeoff. Come on, what's going on? Come on. So this worked, I think. So auto throttle in. Flaps 5. Are the flaps incorrect? No, flaps 5. Let's try again. Toga. Now it's no warning. You shouldn't be doing this, by the way. I'm just doing it because Beyond ATC can't handle V1. Positive rate. Gear up. Gear up. Alright, autopilot on.
Contact skip for departure 121.20550. Skip for departure, Rainier 01, 1000 feet.
Speed check, flaps 1. 180.
Flight level 180, Rainier 01.
So, amateur time. Speed check, flaps up. Auto brake off. Gear set to off. Flaps and spoilers are up. Runway turn off lights to off. Taxi lights off. After takeoff checklist complete. So amateur time. What I did there was I rejected the takeoff because I had a warning. Transition altitude set standard. Done. What you should do in real ops is vacate the runway. So you had an aborted takeoff. It happens. You cannot start again. You know, you need to go back because you just lost your takeoff clearance. You need to request it again, and maybe you even need to request a new slot, depending on how much time you spend doing that. But because Beyond ATC can handle rejected takeoffs, I decided to try again on the same spot. Now, would the plane actually take off? Yeah, they would, but then there's the airport's or the airfield's own timing. So you can't just have unlimited time for your own takeoff. You need to hone up. You just messed up something and you need to do it again. If you have enough time in your slot to depart, then the ATC will just tell you to vacate the runway, go around to the runway threshold and try again, or you just need to go back to the gate and request a new slot. That's sounds unfair, but that's actually pretty fair for everyone. And we've seen that multiple times in live streams, watching traffic and watching planes. Whoops, what just happened there? All right, so we're following the SID for Valco 3 Sierra. This is the one. So, and our last waypoint will be Indrid. Let's go here for legs, and there's Idrid right there. So I'm now going to turn off my track IR so that I don't move my head and take off the HUD. We don't need that for now. So far so good, except for the brakes. I'm pretty sure that's a bug. I've never seen that happening, but you know, PMDG could be aiming for that realism and passing 10,000 feet. Landing lights off. Seatbelt signs to... Now let's keep them on until the top of climb. So we're clear for flight level 180. So far so good, except for the brakes. Betsy is in a good mood today, I think. So again, brake pressure is on the green if you got the hydraulics running and no failures. Should be alright, unless there's a circuit breaker that's pulled out. Now this is, I don't know this plane that well, but I can try to see if, alright, hydraulics, oh, sorry, hydraulic systems, oh, these aren't functional even. These aren't even functional, so there could be a pulled system on hydraulics, or let's get a new altitude clearance. Stand by. Three 360. Oops, that was a big jump. 360. All right. Let me confirm here my performance for the cruise. Well, it's 400. I'm gonna need to confirm on the... Maybe it's just a preliminary altitude. We'll see. Let's land flaps 30 on the destination. We'll get back to here in a moment. So let's go back to lakes. And let's put progress here. Alright. Yeah. Bit disappointed with the whole landing gear stuff. Sorry, brake stuff, but it is what it is. It's the pains of birth, right? So, brand new release. There's prone to be some issues. So guys, if you're enjoying this content, please remember to like and subscribe. Always helps. And also remember that you can donate to this channel. There's a link in the description for buy me a coffee. To buy me a coffee, or more than one if you really want me drenched in caffeine. Yeah, the link will be in the description as well as pinned to the chat here. It's a pleasant day to fly, although a bit cold, but it is what it is. So let's get this one to weather as well. You know, on the right side, I don't have to press anything. That's the co-pilot's responsibility.
Amsterdam radar, KLM1007, descending via Retry 1 Alpha, flight level 227.
KLM1007, Amsterdam radar, radar contact. Amsterdam radar, KLM791 heavy, good day, passing flight level 157 for flight level 180.
So we're in the final stretch of the SID.
Climb to flight level 360. Climb to flight level 360, KLM791 heavy.
Take a look outside. Plane looks really cool. Just love the way the rivets, are displayed. This is of course a texture, not a real a model thing, but it looks really cool. All the chrome parts, the split scimitar, and there's some wing flex going on here. It's really cool, a really cool design airplane. And we're back in the cockpit. As for interactive stuff, we can move the cushion here on the seat. We can of course add our jump seat here. I've already shown a couple of things in the flight in the cabin, but I'm going to show a few others. So no sat passengers, and I don't know if you could listen, but if you try to open the lavatory doors, there's going to be someone inside saying that it's occupied. Take a listen. Let's see if you can hear it.
Sorry, occupied.
It's nice. It's just a way for them to not be modeling the interior. We all know that. I've already shown that there's a few beverages here. You can press and pull most of these buttons. Unfortunately, you cannot take coffee, but yeah, you can press the code numbers here. Over here we have the interactive, so maybe we can take a look. So now currently it's automatic, it's on departure. But, well, did I press something I shouldn't? Are we still good? Yeah, we're still good. Let's leave that door open. So it was on automatic, but now we can set to cruise, or we can even set to night sleep. Let's see, it's going to turn blue. Well, the outside light doesn't allow us to see that well, but it's pretty cool.
Amsterdam radar.
And yeah,
767. Good day.
I've already tested most of this stuff, and it's really cool to see. So that's the cruise lights. This all will change, of course, automatically for you. So now it's yellow. Can we see the yellow? No, we can't. It's just too bright outside. Just leave it to. Let's turn on the work lights for the guys, and let's leave it on auto. None of these work, unfortunately. It's just the lights for now, and that's it. We can. Oh, how do you unlock this? Oh, well. These are the air stair controls. We've seen that in a moment ago. Apparently, you can only open and close it while the doors are open, or extend or retract. These are the seats. Unfortunately, no trays can be pulled out, but and the fasten seatbelt signs do not light up. This is really not important. It's just minor details. You can open the bins, even that one has a small one. And this is emergency equipment. Is there a life vest in here? No. No emergency equipment either. So yeah, none of these things are relevant. This is just for immersion. Of course, no seated passengers, because I believe GSX is not compatible yet with it. We can open the emergency doors, just don't do it in flight. We can open and close the blinders. Yeah, let's close that door. No need to be open. A lot of little small stuff, you know, like the air conditioning flow. There's also the pilot luggage, captain luggage. You can also, you can have noise reduction added. That's cool. Didn't know that one. Just found out. The mighty pens, the interactive sun shields. We can stow the visors as well on both sides. The lights are movable. What else? As we saw a moment ago, none of these circuit breakers are interactive. I don't know what's the purpose for this little thingy here, but you can change the logos. There's also a certificate of airworthiness. Where is that? I saw that earlier. Where did I see that? Oh, there's a little camera there. Camera for the doors. I believe there's two of them. Where's the other one? There's one here, and there should be another one there. Or maybe not. But I think there should be two cameras. This is the camera for. Do we get the video feed on? I don't know. Let's find out. Where's the video button on this plane? There should be a video button to check the door. By the way, there's window door lock. There it is. Oh, it's inoperable. I believe that there should be a button here to allow or deny entry, and there should be a button here for video, and the cameras are there, they're just not operational. A lot of stuff that we take for granted on other sims, they're not really essential. It's just something that we are used to have. But, you know, Do you know how much trouble they will need to go through to get a working camera here to show video feed of nothing? Yeah, it's not really useful. What else can we see? The rear galley is pretty much the same as the front galley. There's also another screen like this one. Yeah, there's another lavatory back there. Same thing, you can't open it. None of these panels are functional. Some of these are, but they're just for the sake of opening and closing. Beverages, nothing more than that. It's cool to see, but it's really not functional. If you arm this door, this is the slider. All right, this is the emergency slide, and this bar here, when you want to arm this door, you pull this stripe, but this stripe doesn't do anything. It's just telling the outside crew or team that this door is armed. But this bar here needs to be clipped in, so it gets clipped in, and this is just a very rudimentary puller. So when you open this door with this bar armed here, the slider will be pulled out. So the slider actually comes from the door, not from the floor. This is not modeled, of course, but yeah, you got power plugs if you wanna. Really cool. But anyway, this works a bit different on other planes. On other planes, the slider is embedded differently, so you need to pull a big screen down and then close the door. Or the other way around. You close the door, then you pull the big screen down. That means the door's armed, and that there's no physical bar like we have here. This is a Boeing, probably a 737 thing. And the Boeing, of course, you know, this door opens forth and to the side, whereas other airlines chose to have like a very different system, an hinged slide system. So doors are different. That means that the sliding doors also need to be different because the systems are different. Yeah, once you close the screen, you can never go back to it, which is a bummer. I really wanted to interact with the lights again. Anyway, we've just seen that the emergency lights, well, the seatbelt signs do not light up. So there's this no smoking, but the seatbelt signs are on. Definitely on. Let me confirm that. So here they are. So, oh, now they're on. Let me check. They were on auto. Yeah, they do work. Yay. So my bad. Alright, let's let these people just circle around the cabin. We all know that the CAIM, the no smoking, is no longer in service, so it's just the CAIM. We all know that, and we got the flight attendant sign. Yeah. So now we got the seatbelts off. Alright, cool. And I've tested the emergency lights. They do work. They lit up this stripe on the floor, this stripe here, and the emergency indicators here and here, as well as the lights over the wings. There's some lights that light up. Really cool. Of course, if you spend too much time on the cabin during a flight, then you're not doing stuff correctly. So we are going to need to rethink our altitude here. Because we were just told to fly to flight level 360 and remain there. You can, of course, request a new cruising altitude, but we'll just comply. Alright, fluffy clouds, always nice. Oops, fluffy clouds.
London Control, Ryanair 01 at a flight level 180 for flight level 360 direct Logan.
Oh, hold on.
ED30 Lima Zulu, contact Bristol approach 136.08. Contact Bristol approach 136.08, ED30 Lima Zulu. Ryanair 01, London Control, identified.
Yeah, we're still flight level 180 for some reason. It didn't comply.
Mosquito Foxtrot Charlie, contact
This is the little quirks on the 737. It's not this is not a PMDG issue. It's just that when you change flight levels after the initial flight level indication, you need to press VNAV twice so it can arm the next flight level. It's just me not remembering how this plane works. Not a bug. We're just spending way too much fuel though, so because we've been flying at flight level 180 for way too long.
Center on 126.47, 5 speedboat 852.
London Control, Eurowings 9466, descending via Logan 2 Hotel, flight level 256.
And I've been busy showing you guys the interactions and all that.
QNH 1015.
Descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 1015, speedboat 4 Delta Charlie.
Speedboat 813 Charlie, descend to flight level 160.
Descend to flight level 160, speedboat 813 Charlie.
Eurowings 9466, London Control, identified.
Alright, I was just writing in the PMDG forum, see if just confirming this is a bug. This is not an operational hiccup.
Heroines 9466, descend to flight level 0.
So we're now flying over London.
Descend to flight level 070, Heroines 9466.
Oh, how do we get back to the world map?
Shamrock 60 Tango, lands at 2 Alpha, runway 18 right, report ready for descent.
Down 60 Alpha, runway 18 right, ready for descent. Shamrock 60 Tango.
Shamrock 60 Tango, descend to
How do we
flight
get
level
back to
220.
the world map?
Descend to flight level 220, Shamrock 60 Tango.
There's no button to go back to the world map. Anyway, let's go for the arrival, and it should be runway. First of all, let's get the airport. Spin this one. Should be runway 28 right. No?
Speedbird 813 Charlie, contact Heathrow Director, approach 134.98.
28 left. Alright. So let's go ILS. And let's go for the SID. Sorry, star.
Whiskey Charlie, descend to flight
Should
level
be.
170. Descend to flight level 170, Ryanair 4 Whiskey Charlie.
One of the last ones. Vater 4L. So Vater 4L. This is the one. Yeah. Spin it. So we're gonna come in from Vatry, then circle around until we get the clearance.
Heroines 9466, contact Heathrow Director, approach 134.98.
Contact Heathrow Director, approach 134.98, Heroines 9466.
This is cool. The minimum altitudes for the radar, alright? That's not what we need. Just don't know how to get back to the map. This is it. So we're now overflying London. And Navigraph looks much better. So let's get the METAR for the arrival. So we got winds, oh gusts 22. So we got wind 23012 and we got a few clouds, nothing fancy. Temperature 7, QNH 1007, no significance. So just wind. We're still a ways to go. You just press, Richard, you just press shift 1 through 9. So this is shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, shift 4, shift 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So it's just standard presets, and if you want to go back, just press shift space and you should get back to the pilot's perspective. So we are at cruise altitude right now, and indeed we are going to stay at flight level 360 for now. We could climb. As we climb we save fuel, but we already spent so much fuel, right? So we got 10.4, 10,000 pounds. These are pounds. I need to check the progress, and we should have 7.1 at Dublin. Should be fine. we did spend a little more fuel than expected,
London Control, expect a blend
especially during that troublesome taxi with no brakes. Here's what I'm thinking. When we arrive at Dublin, I will probably land as normal and see if the plane recovers. I'm not sure. Maybe it can recover the brakes. If not, I'll just try to taxi out and try to go to the gate as best as I can, as slowly as I can, and then just pause simulation, and we'll call it a day. No, it's shift, not control, Richard. I'm not sure what control 1 does. Oh, no. Should not have pressed that. Should not have pressed that. Yeah, control 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, whatever. 4, 5, 6. The control must be some systems, controlling some systems. Shift is the views. Yeah, this is also missing from the from my checklists. I need to redo my checklists. They're incomplete. I'm missing the flight controls. I did remember to perform them because I'm used to do that. But we're missing flight controls check. We're missing a weather radar setup. We're missing a lot of stuff. It's not in the checklists, so I'm going to need to print some new checklists.
GSX RS102, London Control.
Here's Betsy.
ILS runway 25.
One day I'll create a Betsy fan club to see if it cheers her up. I've noticed that the armrests, oh, it does work. It's just the click spot is fidgety. It doesn't work on my side, see? If I want to... Oh, is this it? Yeah, this is it. Yeah, the click spot is a little fidgety, but it works. Missing a cup of coffee here or here. Oh, there it is. Nice. I can even change. Oh, there's a beverage there. Nice. It's the small details. Let's keep the coffee here. This works. The lamp can be turned on and switched around. This is more effective at night, of course, but it will illuminate where you point it, and you can see you can flip it around, or you can tilt it, and in order to turn it off, you just rotate the back, just like a normal aircraft flashlight. Oops. There it is. Turn it off. 737 is a sexy sports car. You know, it's like a 1960s Corvette. It flies great. It's a little crew intensive, so you can't really fly this plane solo. No matter what the Ryanair owner or CEO says, you can't fly this plane solo. Wow, look at the wind. We're getting 93 knots nose wind. Crazy.
Window vectors, ILS runway 25, ready for descent, GSX RS102.
GSX RS102, Walton Airport landing, runway 25.
Regarding the PMDG 737-800, you also get the BBJ2. So 737-800s can be converted to luxury aircraft, the BBJ2, a Boeing business jet, and you also get two variants of the cargo aircraft. So you get the converted freighter and the special BSDF, I think it's called. So the two freighter versions. And cargo freighters are really cool, and I'll be flying a lot of cargo freight flights in this plane for sure. It also comes with the various different types of configurations. So this 737-800 from Ryanair is from 2024, and you can see that you got the split scimitar. You can
you can configure this airplane to have just a singular winglet with not without this inverted yellow, the inverted winglet, whatever it's called. You also have options to add the normal landing lights. This one is the LED type, but you also get the classic one. And there are many other configurations you can add. You can also add different types of cabin layouts. So the Ryanair single aisle. This is the Ryanair single aisle, single class. But you can have two classes. Of course, you can have the business jet configuration with rooms and all that. And the cargo is and also the cargo hold with all the pallets inside. It's pretty cool. They say that you can get 12 different variants with this package. I'd say you get 3 standard ones, but then you have the sub variants, and so that's why they say it's 12. But I think that's a little bit too optimistic of an observation. Does this mean you can shut the door? I really don't know what this does. I'm just wondering what this switch does. So I think this means that you can shut off entirely the system. So that means that so here's the thing, these doors were created after 9/11. So after the September 11, oh, there's the airworthiness certificate right there. I knew I saw it somewhere. So like I was saying, after 9/11, these bulletproof doors were added to most planes, if not all. And here's the thing, there's an emergency switch to close it. So emergency logic to keep it closed. So the doors will only open during pre-start and after docking to the gate. In flight, they should be closed, and it should only be open for the crew to come in and you know, service the pilots with their foods or anything they require. So in order to do that, this door needs to be open, of course, and the pilot can request or deny by pulling this little switch, which is inoperable. So let's say I'm a cabin crew member, and oh, can you access the manuals here? Can you believe these guys? Look at that. There are cookies inside. Oh my god. So this is funny. So anyway, let's see if the flight crew member trying to get in the flight deck. So they will press like a call button on the other side, saying, "Hey, I want to come in." The pilot will have a video feed here. Of course, it doesn't have that now, but you can press a button here, and they will see the camera that I just pointed out outside. And yeah, prestationato will be nice, Richard. And yeah, pretty cool. So like I was saying, the pilot will see a video feed from the outside and will either allow or deny entry, and that's the only way this door can be unlocked. Apparently there were some issues because on the outside there's a keypad, and the main cabin crew members have that code, and they can press the code and open this door. Not sure if they can do it all the time, and out of courtesy they request to open it, but I think there's an override, and they can open this door without pilot's permission. This is what I believe is happening right now. Don't quote me on that. I think this switch totally turns that off. So I think that if you activate this switch, even if the cabin crew knows the code, they cannot open this door whatsoever. Is this a cool feature? Is this a good feature? Not sure. I'm just thinking about that German wings A320 pilot, co-pilot, that shut himself inside the cockpit, and you know what happened next. And even though the captain tried his best to open the door, he couldn't because he kept denying. And there's a safety mechanism inside, so if the pilot denies, I think 3 times, then this door becomes permanently shut until landing. Not sure if that's true, but that's what I heard. So I imagine this switch completely shuts that off without requiring the crew to request 3 times. So this is probably what that switch does. Not sure. I need to read on it. It's not important. So we're coming up on our top of descent. We are flying over London. I believe we passed London. Yeah, there we go. We passed London. So you can get that VFR chart to see better. There's London. We passed London. So we are going directly now to Ireland, and our top of descent will be somewhere in the border with Ireland. So we are about, I don't know, 90 miles away from our top of descent.
Contact Paris Control 126.47, 5 right now, Qatar, bye bye.
So far, qualified for extended overwater operations. So this got ETOPS certification. That's nice. So ETOPS allows twin-engine airplanes to fly over extended periods of time on one single engine in case of engine failure. This is a safety feature for twin engines to be able to cross large bodies of water like oceans. There is of course a limitation to that, so there are many types of ETOPS certifications. There's 120 minutes, 120 minutes, I believe 180 minutes if I'm not mistaken. Just read on it. But the idea is if the plane's certified, it means that it can perform single engine flight with no issues for let's say 120 minutes. That means it can fly for 2 hours, and that extends the amount of routes you can take. So let's imagine you're flying from London to New York. If you have 2 hours on single engine, you can easily pull that flight plan a little more south where there's limited airfield access. And if there's a problem on board, you got 2 hours to reach the nearest airfield. So that's what ETOPS certifies planes for. Of course, back in the day, people were a little afraid to fly twin engines on transatlantic flights, and that's where the other airlines that had 747s and A340s, they kind of pressed on that, saying, hey, listen, you don't want to cross the ocean with just 2 engines, right? So here's our plane, it's got 4. So if one fails, we still got 3. It's pretty good, right? Well, yes and no. So having more engines does give you a certain amount of trust on the plane, so you can easily understand that having 3 engines is better than just having 1 in case of a failure. But engines are so reliable. They've been constructed over the years with such reliable safety measures and redundancies. Even if a 2-engine aircraft only flies on 1 engine, it's still a safe thing. It's still a safe means of transportation. And your car is prone to fail more than any airplane, modern airplane I mean. And the redundancies around these planes are immense. They're really overthinking. They're over-engineered, and that's for a good reason. And yeah, even with all this technology, planes still go missing, still have accidents. That's normal. but at least you know that twin engines are just as safe as 4 or 3 engines. So PMDG 737 will be the last plane, I think, to be released on 2025. None of the other companies is really actively working on new stuff for this year. Even updates are postponed to 2025. So you got Phoenix, the Phoenix Airbus A320 and A321neo. They've been delayed for January 2026. They will not be releasing it this year anymore. So that's a big plane we're waiting for, of course. Let's see what else. TFDI, they were releasing their MD-11 this year, but apparently for 2024, apparently they got delayed, and I don't even see the date, but most likely you'll only see it on 2026 as well. We also have FS Labs. Now the plane's already available for 2024, of course, but the FSL A321neo should have had an update. Let's go to London Control. So like I was saying, the FSL A321neo should have had an update for a recent update to fix all those issues we've been finding on our streams, and as well as introducing the new Pratt & Whitney GTF engine, but they've delayed that indefinitely, so don't count on it for 2025. They say they could release it anytime, but come on, it's 2025, the holidays are coming. The 757, good question, Richard. 757, they were developing it quite fast, but they seem to have got into a stall, and they've announced it mid 2026. No dates given, no actual dates given, but I would say it's gonna come like March, April, something like that. This is my guess. I have not been privy to their intentions. What else? There's an A300 coming from Just Flight. Not sure why. We already have the Inibuilt A300. It's enough, I would say. I mean, it's the B4, so it's a different variant from the one from Inibuilts, but still, it's why do you build a plane that's already out there, right? Just like people asking PMDG to build a 737 MAX. iFly already has a 737 MAX. Of course, the 737 MAX from iFly is a bug city. It's full of bugs. It's a problem plane, but when iFly fixes it, hopefully they will. They have a good record on fixing their own stuff, and they have a good record on previous 737 aircraft, so they will fix it eventually. And if that's the case, why are you so eager to get PMDG to build a MAX? They just released this baby to 2024. It's the NG. It's a plane they know. It's a plane they have for centuries now. They just updated it several times since 2024, since 2004. I mean, so why you want yet another 737 MAX? Yes, I wanted to, but I already have the iFly. I want the iFly to fix their 737 MAX. I'm not really concerned about PMDG. Just let PMDG fix this plane. So apparently I have no brakes now, so let them fix that, please, and then move on to other projects. I believe the next project from PMDG is going to be the 747. That's yet another classic from PMDG. I'm not sure if they're going to release the 747-8. I think it's going to be the 400 again. I've not read the news lately, so I'm not sure. So that's yet another plane for 2026 predicted. Remember back in the day when PMDG had the MD-11? Apparently TFDI is going to take their spot now, but the MD-11 is a problematic plane, not just because of the recent accident with that FedEx plane that crashed in the US, but it's also a very complex plane with a lot of little quirks, little features that aren't really good. Even McDonnell Douglas knew about their aircraft's little quirks. So we're waiting for our clearance to descend. We're about 40 miles away, 45. So let's pull the seatbelt signs to on. Let's take a gander at our descent checklist. So NTI says required. What's the OAT? Minus 31 degrees, but there's no humidity. So let's keep it off for now. Landing altitude, let's take a good look at that because we need to set up our pressurization. So let's go to the charts and let's go to airport. Let's take a good look at the airport's altitude info here. Okay, where's the altitude? Airport altitude. Maybe not here.
Shamrock 65 Whiskey, contact Dublin approach 119.555.
Contact Dublin approach 119.555, Shamrock 65 Whiskey.
Is that noise abatement? Airport info, alright. So, oh my, so much info.
Shamrock 23 Alpha, Dublin 4 Lima, runway 28 left, report ready for descent.
Dublin 4 Lima, runway 28 left, ready for descent. Shamrock 23 Alpha.
Where the heck is that info?
Shamrock 23 Alpha, descend to flight level 160.
Descent to flight level 160, Shamrock 23 Alpha.
These are stand coordinates. The briefing doesn't have that info. Where the heck is the airport's altitude? Should be here somewhere. Should be here somewhere.
Flight level 320.
Sol Tower Romeo Echo, London Control, radar contact.
Oh my god. When you don't know the airports, right? So, could be on the briefing.
Swiss 84 Echo, contact Dublin approach 119.555.
Contact Dublin approach 119.555, Swiss 84 Echo.
Speedbird 18 Delta, London Control, expect radar vectors, ILS.
Can you believe this? There's no information on airport's altitude?
Runway 16, Speedbird 18 Delta. Speedbird 18 Delta, radar vectors, ILS.
Threshold.
Report ready for descent. Radar vectors, ILS runway 16, ready for descent. Speedbird 18 Delta. Speedbird 18 Delta.
With
Dice landing runway 16. Dice landing runway 16, Speedbird 18 Delta.
it's unbelievable.
Speedbird 18 Delta, descend to flight level 0.
Where's the airport altitude, people?
Speedbird 18 Delta.
Hopefully it's here. Nope. Alright, let's go to the ILS. Maybe the ILS has that. any ILS.
Ryanair 21 Juliet, descend to flight level 100.
So 202 feet, thank you.
100, Ryanair 21 Juliet.
So landing altitude 200.
London Control.
Jesus, that was hard to get.
Runway 28 left.
Alright. So accepted. That's the one we were expecting.
Player 1 Alpha, contact Scottish Control 119.87.5.
It's call ready for descent now.
119.875, player 1 Alpha. Ryanair 01, approaching on top of descent, ready for lower.
Ryanair 01, battery for Lima, runway 28 left, descend to flight level 190.
190.
Battery 4 Lima, runway 28 left, descend to flight level 190, Ryanair 01.
Alright, so this is what you do now. There's no button to... There's only altitude hold or vertical speed for manual descent. You just press VNAV twice, and now it's going to start descending. Oop. VNAV. Here we go. Well, it's not going to start descending like an Airbus. It needs to reach that top of descent. So we're going to get a E bracket on the right side of the ND, and when it reaches this TD calculator, it will descend on its own fruition. It's a little different from the Airbus logic. When you press managed or open or manual descent, it will start descending immediately. This one will wait until it's ready to do so. We're about 5 miles out, so it's going to take a little moment and then start descending. Okay, I'm just very concerned about our landing. I'm not sure we're going to be able to stop the plane correctly, but we'll try. We did have a good demonstration that it can decelerate when we rejected the takeoff. But, you know, we just can't tell until we get there. It's a bridge we'll cross once we reach it.
Descend to flight level 100.
Descend to flight level 100. Ryanair 39 Mike.
Key bracket's about to show up. Here's a TD, top of descent.
Saltire Romeo Echo, London Control. Expect Info 1 Echo, runway 24.
Expect Info 1 Echo.
And nothing. Ah, there it is.
Ryanair Echo.
There's the E bracket. So now we're going to stay within that diamond, and it's going to float up and down to follow it. There's the triangle there, it's the same thing. This is the equivalent of the managed descent on the bus, Airbus. And as you can see, it's just following an ideal path. You can of course override all that by pressing VS and descending on your own airspeed. So ILS, let's take a look at the ILS info, because I'm not sure this is going to auto-tune correctly. So ILS for runway, let's go for the pins and approach. ILS for runway 28 left is 111.35, and that's not what it's tuned. So I'm gonna set this up, so sorry. Let's clear that. So we are gonna go for ILS, so 111.35. There we go. And so it's still not tuning in correctly. Set it to active, and it's active but it's out of range, so that's normal, and that's what we want. Now let's get our course set, which is 278.
Speedbird 185 heavy, contact Shannon Control
Alright,
127.5.
done.
Contact Shannon Control 127.5, Speedbird 185 heavy.
Saltair Romeo Echo, Info 1 Echo, runway 24, report ready for
So we're shallow descent. We're still a bit far away from the airport, so no need to go deep diving. I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna switch back to 110.5 to see if then the FMS will auto tune to the correct ILS freak. I hope it does. Because if you remember my iFly 737 MAX flight, that plane did not auto-tune ILS. And I'm sure, almost pretty sure that both the NG and the MAX can auto-tune ILS. It can auto-tune VORs and ILS, not just ILS. So the fact that it didn't on the iFly, for me, was a bug. So we'll see if the PMDG auto-tunes ILS frequency, the ILS frequency. As for the VOR, so GLS, VOR, ILS. So currently the active is 110.5, which is not correct. This is the correct frequency. So if it doesn't auto-tune, I'll just flip it and get the active for the active ILS frequency. But I'm almost sure it does. I don't remember ever needing to manually insert ILS frequency on the 737, but the iFly 737 MAX gave me a second doubts. So we're currently descending on the eastern shore of the UK. There it is. And this is the island, pardon the redundancy. And this is our approach here. As you can see, you're gonna make like a little banana curve, just like we do in Lisbon. It's pretty cool to see. That's not just Lisbon to have the little half circle. And because I don't really know this airport, I'm not going to request a direct approach. I'm just going to do the banana and make my approach as planned. So guys, if you're just joining, we are expecting a little trouble with the brakes. Just browsing the forums to see.
Contact Shannon Control 122.15. Have a good day.
Center on 132.15 Virgin 129 Romeo Heavy. Bye bye.
Shamrock 23 Alpha, descend to flight level 100.
Descend to flight level 100. Shamrock 23 Alpha.
So they're pushing this probable issue with the brakes. They're pushing it to GSX. So I'm gonna try to figure it out if there is an actual.
London Control, expect radar vectors, ILS runway
GSX update on it.
Expect radar vectors, ILS runway 26, easy
Oh,
35.
Unibuild just updated their A350 and their A340. Both have been updated. So I need to update those after I finish this flight. Right, so, oh, by the way, there's another plane incoming. That's the L111, the Lockheed TriStar. It's also coming for Flight Simulator 2024 in 2026.
Turn right, heading 345 to center flight level 160, easy 835.
So the plane's doing a good job with the VNAV. It's not over accelerating. It's not having a crazy descent rate, and it's pretty manageable. We don't have constraints here, but we can set up little items of data. So like the status, the little time zones, and there's a constraint right there. So we got below flight level 240, so we need to be below this altitude in order to cross Vatry for this approach, and we'll be just that. We'll be just below that. We're already below that, by the way. Let's take a look outside. During taxi, you can see the horizontal stabilizers vibrating, and now during flight you can see the wings shaking. It's pretty cool effects. So we'll be reaching our assigned altitude before Vatry. As you can see, the plane oscillates up and down to accomplish the dimensions. So we have 1,000 to go for the assigned altitude of flight level 190. Let's update the METAR, by the way. Still gusts 22. We don't insert wind data on the Boeing as you do in the Airbus, which is unfortunate, but so we are at the assigned altitude. We should continue to descend, but ATC is not allowing that. There are 2 decel points here. That's the 250 knots limitation, and we're already accomplishing that. So we are Ryanair 01. There's another Ryanair flying around, and for those that don't know, Dublin is one of the home bases for Ryanair. Well, it's the home base for Ryanair because it's an Irish company. Airspeed's descending way too fast.
Logan 7 through X-ray, London Control. Expect access 1 mic.
We might have a constraint down the line, but I'm not enjoying this. It's going way too low. So I'm going to pull speed and set it to 240 knots. Don't know why it was doing that, but it's gonna 070.
Contact Shannon Control 132.15 bye. Center on 132.15
Let's carry on descending.
Shannon Control, Ryanair 01, descending via Vatry 4 lunar, flight level 190. Ryanair 01, Shannon Control, radar contact.
There's another constraint right there, flight level 070, that's why it's telling us to descend to that. So we're just going down, maybe add a little more oomph on that descent rate. Not too much, because we don't want the plane to accelerate like crazy. So what we're doing is a manual descent now, because the plane was on VNAV was just decelerating crazy low speeds, and we don't want that. So apparently this is too much of a rate, so we'll just reduce it back to 1200. There are 2 decel points here and another one there. This is probably the altitude limitator, so below 10,000 feet we all need to decel to below 250 knots. This is probably the threshold to do so. And then there's another deceleration, and we can confirm on the FMC what that decel will be. So there's this 220 knots below that. So we need to get soaring below 220 knots. So let's just do that. Let's get back to 22. Oh, sorry, this is the. Oh no, it's correct. 220 knots. We're gonna help the plane do that with probably our speed brakes in a moment, or we can just reduce our vertical speed a little bit to allow it to decel. There it is. It's reducing now, ever so slowly, but we only need to reduce on decel, so we'll do it slowly. So we're coming up on their little half banana there. Well, not actually a full banana here. Soaring, and then the banana, then onto our little approach. It's very similar to Lisbon, although it's on the side. Lisbon has these banana-shaped approaches on the north and south, depending on the active runway. Alright, let me turn on my track IR for your viewing pleasure.
Contact Dublin approach 119.555.
So cloudy day, but no rain. We still have gusts warning, but I'm gonna get my trusted weather system here. Alright, so this is Schipol. There's Dublin. So wind 230 at 11. We got temperature 08, QNH is 1009, so we can set that up already. One zero zero 7 8 and 9. Here we go. 1009. All right, it's already set up. No significant change, and the weather's been consistent since the last few METARs. So this is the one we still have here, and that's from 10 Zulu. We see now that it's we have 11:30, and it's not been updated. So let's see if it updates now. No, see, for some reason it gets stuck, and it's not just a problem with the PMDG. It's a problem with, generally speaking, with all planes in Flight Simulator that have a fetch system to get the METAR. For some reason, it freezes. So you need to get this tool here on the electronic flight bag to update it. All right, let's go to our charts. We are probably already in this chart. This is not the correct one.
68 Kilo Delta, descending by Apple 1 Romeo, flight level 110.
It's Vatra, not Falco. I got the wrong chart.
Kilo Delta, Shannon control, radar contact.
Vatra, this is the one. Oh, there we go. Alright, so I had the correct pin, I was just looking at the wrong chart. Alright, so we're gonna make this little banana, then turn left, and then I believe there's another turn forward, and then runway 28 left.
Pioneer 1454.
There it is.
Shannon control, radar contact, climb to flight level 270.
We're still a little high.
Level 270, Ryanair 1454.
Let's try VNAV. What's gonna happen? Because we really need to go down. We're ways off. We're 4,000 feet above optimum altitude. But since we need to remain at flight level 070 throughout this little banana here, there's no issue. We'll just descend until we are at 7 tau. And as you can see, we still have no correct ILS frequency. So passing 10,000 feet, let's turn on our landing lights, as well as, oh, this one was off. It shouldn't be off, it should be strobe and steady. See, this is another positive from the Airbus. This operation of the strobes is completely automatic. You can set it manually, but by default it's automatic. Let me put this for you, and let's set it up. How about that? Better? Huh? You're not properly seated though. Well, never mind. Alright, so let's go for Dublin. Dublin. Dublin.
Dublin approach, Ryanair 01, flight level 098, we have Victor on board.
Ryanair 01, Dublin approach, good day, QNH 1009, expect the ILS runway 28 left with the PISA transition.
Yeah, PISA, that's the one we'd selected.
Expect the ILS runway 28 left with the PISA transition, Ryanair 01.
Alright, so winds are calmer than what the METAR is saying, so should be alright. So we're gonna make this little turn here, or we could request direct to Pisa. We'll see. First we need to get to 7,000 feet or flight level 070. So let's not rush the turn. Still got time. And we got hello, armchair captain. Performance is alright. Of course, Service Update 4 did a good job in optimizing the flight simulator itself, but I think PMDG did a good job with the textures and all that. It all seems very smooth. So far I've not encountered any stutters like textures clipping in, although there are some items that do have what's it called, Z force or Z conflict, so they kind of flicker, but it's marginal, and it's mostly on the cabin, like the emergency lights, they do flicker a little bit. But as in terms of FPS, I do not have the FPS counter on at the moment, but from all the other planes that I got, this one seems to
Traffic.
Oh, okay, no visual with it. 7,000, 1,000 to go. See if we can find.
Descend.
Oh my!
Ryanair 390 Mike.
The plane's descending.
Ryanair 390 Mike. Welcome back. Continue.
Adjust vertical speed.
390 Mike.
Adjust. Clear of conflict.
There it is. Oh, that was scary. Alright, we're reaching 7,000 feet. So regarding performance, it seems very well optimized, and same with the external view. I do have a, it's not a high-end machine, but I do have a RTX 5080, and that's so maybe my computer's a little bit above average, but honestly it's not as heavy as the Inabuilds or the FS Labs. Certainly not as heavy as the FS Labs airplanes. So yeah, I think the plane deserves your attention, to be honest. It looks really well optimized. And in terms of actual plane performance, well, so far the VNAV and LNAV, the VNAV was acting weird on the descent, but now it's working correctly apparently. So we're not going to request a direct to. Let's just follow the, because I need time to run all the checklists and all that. So we still need to go from transition altitude to get to local QNH. There's another plane on the approach. So we're currently in the soup. ILS still hasn't tuned in, so I'm not gonna press this. I'm very tempted to press the button, but I want to see if it does that automatically or not. Doesn't appear to be wanting to do that. So let's arm the next altitude, which should be 2,500. All right. We've got a very strong left wind. 30 something knots, 37 knots now, almost 40. And yeah, so far I'm not going to have brakes, but it's a little bug I found here, probably related to GSX. According to PMDG, they told me so. Here we go on the turn. Still no ILS data. I do have the ILS selected, right? Yeah, it's active with the correct approach. Not sure why it's not auto-tuning. Come on, tell me to descend. There we go.
Descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 1009, Ryanair 01.
Ryanair 01, clear direct is
Alright, we're clear for the approach. There it is. Is it tuned in? Yeah, there it is. It auto-tuned. Nice. But it's still no manual tune here. But it's tuned there. That's what we want. It's what we want. So LNAV is armed. LNAV is active. VNAV path is active. Then we got FMC and let's what's that? GP. Armed. Glide path armed probably. FAC. There'll be another deceleration point. We're at 220 knots. Then there's now going to be another decel for the approach, and then we'll see what happens. Armchair. I think that the sounds are pretty good. There's a little nuances to it, and if you turn on 3D sound, it's even better. I liked it. The sounds. I always liked PMDG, so let's go for QNH 1009 and cross-checked. All right, let me just run the approach checklist. Altimeter set, decision height set to 1009. We need to set the decision height. Give me a moment here. 09. There we go. So decision height should be 402. Oh my God. These buttons are such a pain in the rear end to operate. Let me tell you. 402. There. Set. Approach data and ILS course set. Approach button is armed. Auto brake. Let's set auto brake 1 and flaps. Let's start turning. Clearing the plane with flaps as soon as we start turning for the approach. Right, plane's decelerating now. Speed check flaps 1. We're in the soup. We got ref flaps 30, 130 knots. We're still on LNAV, VNAV path, waiting for the ILS. If this doesn't turn into ILS, in the soup. Let's get to flaps 5. There's the ILS, single channel check, FAC, VNAV path. So it does auto-tune, although we don't get it here on the radio, but it is auto-tuned. So we got localizer being captured. Next stop is glide path. LNAV is a little messy, but It's doing its thing.
Clear direct opening, cross opening at above 3,000 feet, clear ILS runway 28 left down, so
Alright.
361.
It's flap 15.
Contact tower 118.6 Rainier 01. Have a good day. Dublin Tower, Rainier 01. ILS runway 28 left.
Rainier 01, Dublin Tower continue.
Local Rainier 01.
Flap 15, gear down. This is the gear warning. We can quiet it. It's not like the Airbus when you can send flaps and no gear and require. Alright, let's get to flaps 30. Alright, let's arm the speed brakes.
Rainier 4, Triple Par Charlie, 1235
Speed brakes are armed.
runway
Approach
28 left,
checklist
clear to land.
has been performed. Let's go for a landing checklist. Landing gear down, landing flaps set. Go around altitude. Let's set it for. Let's leave it at 2,500. I have not set that up yet.
Rainier 1899, Dublin
We
Tower
got FAC and glide path. So localizer and glide slope.
2,500.
2,500 check.
runway 28 left, clear to land.
Still not clear to land yet, so we're just letting the plane fly for now. Let's just warn the cabin. Still not cleared, but where's the runway? Are we offset? Don't tell me we're offset. Oh no, there's a runway. I see it now. Alright, remember guys, I may not have brakes, so here's hoping. And again, talking about the sounds, yeah, they do look and sound great. There are little nuances. For example, when you're turning the plane, you can hear your nose landing gear skidding. That's cool. And there are small little details, sound details that I really appreciate.
Rainier 4, Triple Par Charlie, exit right to Sierra 4.
Let's take a look outside during approach. Really cool. So Ryanair going back home, outer marker 1,500. And I don't have outer marker indicated here. Oh, there it is. Can barely read it, sorry. 2 small letters. There we go. So we should be on the outer marker. Well, actually, there's no markers here.
Wind 235 at 11, runway 28 left, clear to land.
Clear to land.
Runway 28 left, clear to land. Rainier 01.
Alright, clear to land, autopilot off. Here we go, let's take it manually, smooth, like a baby's butt. There we go. Just follow the little ball, little circle, with the big circle. Or you could just look down to your PFD. But what's the point if you have a HUD? A very expensive piece of equipment. Now, here's the question. We don't have brakes, so that will be a failure on its own. But how heavy of a landing would I make it? Will it be a Ryanair landing? Let's see. Stay tuned.
500.
500 check.
400.
400. Follow the ball.
300.
300 check. Little wind.
Approaching minimums.
Copy.
200. Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50, 30, 20, 10.
Nice. Reversers. No brakes. I got no brakes. Absolutely no brakes. Auto brake off.
Exit next available taxiway.
Exit next available taxiway. Ryanair 01.
No brakes set whatsoever. Plane's not holding. Let's continue reversing. This will help me at least exit the runway on the very last taxiway over there.
Dublin Tower, Jamson 351, ILS runway 28 left.
Just using the reversers as best as I can here.
Logo, Jamson 351. Ryanair 390 Mike, go around. Fly runway center line.
Sorry for the go around. My bad.
Maintain 2,500 feet. Ryanair 390.
Really is my bad.
Ryanair 390 Mike, contact Dublin approach 119 at decimal 555, talk to you in a minute.
Contact Dublin approach 119 at decimal 555. Ryanair 390 Mike.
Ryanair 01, contact Grant 121 decimal 8.
Start up here.
Ryanair 01. Ryanair 01. Request taxi to Southgate.
Ryanair 01. Ramp 111 right taxi via Sierra 7 Sierra. Whiskey 2.
111 Romeo.
Ramp 111 right via Sierra 7 Sierra. Whiskey 2. Hold short runway 16 Ryanair 01.
Alright. So I'm gonna try to perform this with the reversers, trying my best not to mess things up. And as soon as I go to the gate, I'll put the chocks on. See if this stops the plane or not. But so APU is not available yet. In normal conditions, this flight should never have happened because I have no brakes. So it's clearing the plane. APU is available. So let's cut engine number 2. So always will help us not to overspeed on taxi. So like I was saying, in normal conditions, having no brakes whatsoever is a serious malfunction. But I just wanted to show you guys the plane and make sure that this is just a temporary bug, because everything else works and operates flawlessly. I'm honestly thinking this could be let's turn off the electrical one. This could be simply a little bug that needs ironing out. That's about. There's no need to shut off the electric one for now. So you can hear the nose gear skidding. This is new. And according to real life captains, this is a thing. Yeah, I can show you that armchair captain. So we're coming up on our gate here. I'm gonna make a left-hand turn. Let me get you the airport data so you guys can see. There it is. So we're gonna make a left-hand turn here and at Whiskey 2, and then hold short over runway 16 to cross. Oh. What was it this morning? Oh, yeah, we got an electrical and engine hydraulics off because we shut down engine number 2. We're performing single engine taxi. So second to the left, second turn to the left. There's a Ryanair plane there, company plane.
All aircraft be advised, information whiskey not current, QNH 1009.
So let's go to Whiskey 2 on the left. It's a nice 757. My good friend Andrea would love to see that one.
Jameson 351, ramp 600, taxi 5 Sierra 4 Sierra, Whiskey 2 Whiskey.
This is a turn to Whiskey 2.
Sierra via Sierra 4 Sierra, Whiskey 2 Whiskey, Whiskey 2 Jameson 351.
So let's not stop, let's just ask it to cross.
Leading to cross 16.
Because we can't brake, remember.
Cross runway 16 at Whiskey 2. Continue taxi via Whiskey 2 Mike 1 Foxtrot inner Charlie.
Cross runway 16 at Whiskey 2. Continue taxi via Whiskey 2 Mike 1 Foxtrot inner Charlie. Ryanair 01.
I don't know where that is. Just gonna follow my little... Oh, it's to the left. So second turn to the left. Yeah, because we need to get these other charts. Just gonna go for the north apron. I'm just following my... Yeah, that's the F inner. Oh, whoa, sorry about that. Oh, the very high speed turn. Remember, no brakes. So link 5. Lots of company planes here. I mean, it's doable, it's just not pleasant to do it like this. I would prefer to have brakes. Then we're gonna make a right-hand turn. And then we'll park on the first to our right. First stand to our right. Alright, let me just make this turn and then I'll prepare to engage the parking brake. Not the parking brake, the chocks. It's the only way I think to stop this plane right now is to do that. This fence is awfully close to my plane here, but trust the system. Oh, that's probably because this is not the one I should be taking. Oh, never mind. Alright, so this is my gate here. Let's get ready. Oh my god, yeah. Alright, this is my gate. Yeah, alright. Little to the right. No brakes, no brakes, no brakes. No, 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 no. Pause. No. I missed it. Anyway, we'll get there. Don't worry. Parking brakes on. I just paused the simulation to get this working. Anyway, so this is... Oh, so GSX is not correctly integrated yet. All right. So this is gate 111 right. So could this be the one? Yeah, 111 right. Just work me there. Got it. And now let's engage the chocks real quick. Yes. 111 right. Just warp me there. Alright. Alright, engines are off. Let's get the chocks on and on pause. Set the chocks. Oh my god, I'm gonna unpause to see if this helps. Alright, here we go. Are we moving? No, we're standing still, but... Alright, set the chocks. Come on. Come on. You can do it, little buddy. I cannot set the chocks. Oh, well, that's definitely a bug. So parking checklists. Parking brake set, taxi lights to off, runway turn off lights to off, chokes. I wish I could. Set. Can I do it via GSX? Let me see. I'm still not recognizing the parking space. Nah, not gonna happen. And I cannot request deboarding when that's happening. Yeah. Definitely an issue with GSX that we need to address in the near future. We'll see. Fuel control switches set to cut off. Anti-collision lights are off. Wing lights off as well. We got position strobe lights to off. Steady. Flight directors off. Passenger signs to off. And yaw damper off. Hydraulic pumps to off. Proheat off. And doors open. There. Oh, now we can set the chocks. Alright. And can we request deboarding? Oh yes. That's Phoenix, whatever. Here they come. And we're gonna get a... Are we gonna get a... We're not gonna get air stairs though. Anyway, no big deal. Alright, so welcome to Dublin. And this has been... yeah, I don't know. The flight was not bad, but you know, having no brakes was really a bummer. So I need to check on... I need to talk with GSX because apparently this could be an issue. I'll be performing a few tests to see if the brakes are really on and off with GSX. Apparently they are there's an issue here, and I just want to know who can solve it. I would say this is a GSX issue, if indeed they do mess with the chocks and all that. The plane is currently standing still because it's on the chocks, but if I release those after a pushback, the plane will have no brakes, so we'll need to check on that. Anyway, before I go, I'm just going to show you guys about that 3D sound. So there it is, 3D audio. You can see here. I don't have it on because my you need to set these to on, and then this option here you need to have Windows spatial sound turned on. So if you need to go to Windows, and I can't show you that right now, but there's a setting on Windows sound system that you can turn off Windows spatial sound. It's like a surround sound emulator for your headphones. My Razer Krakens, they use THX, so I can use spatial sound. I just have it turned off because I prefer to have the broader spectrum. But if you turn it on, it's right here. You have this option here, 3D audio. You just press here if Windows spatial sound is active on your Windows setting, and this is where you turn it on. So I currently, like I said, I don't have it, but that's the way to do it. All right, so where is this, a walk-in or a bus? I think it's a walk-in terminal. Let me just turn on GPU, but oh, we had a WASM crash. Look at that. Oh my god, WASM crash. Yeah, so plane just crashed. Nothing will work now. Yeah, so this is not really a PMDG crash. This is like, well, it is connected to the plane, of course, but it's a WASM. So this is a module in Flight Simulator, and PMDG, the 777 had a lot of these issues, the WASM crashes, and so going outside and inside, WASM crash. Yeah, I've seen a lot of users complaining about that. I didn't have one, and thankfully I didn't have it during flight, but this is what happens when Flight Simulator 2024 stops cooperating. So sorry about that, not my fault. I was going to turn on the external power and all that, but apparently that's not going to happen. So here it is, it's a walkout, it's a walk-in terminal. So here we are. Welcome to Dublin. These are all satisfied Ryanair passengers, I hope. Oh my, this guy was clipping out. So yeah, not really that uneventful of a flight. The flight itself was alright, it's just having issues with the brakes, as you saw. Hopefully this will all be fixed in the next flight that I'll make with this plane. I really enjoyed it. It's been a long time since I flew the 737 from PMDG, all the way from Flight Simulator 2020 was my last flight in it. So it's always nice to go back to the basics and fly the classics, which build our flight simulation community. PMDG has been around for so long supporting this community with flying aircraft simulations. They were accused of some time ago of not really innovating between releases because they were basically just updating their planes, and it's true, they did update this plane all the way since Flight Simulator 2002, so 2002. So there's a long time since they've been developing airplanes, and it's always been the 737 at their core, and other planes, but the 737 has been their little baby over time. And yes, they just update their airplanes from time to time, and it's, you are correct when you say it's just updating the default. But this plane deserves your attention because a lot of work has been done to make it FS 2024 standards, and the performance is great, the sounds are awesome, and yeah, you need to test it yourself to get your own conclusions. But I would say this is a fine addition to my hangar. I just need to really take a good look at what's happening with the braking system. Other than that, that WASM crash was just happened on after docking with the apron. But yeah, it's going to be trimmed out, and you can't really solve every single issue on release. That's a good lesson for you guys at Flight Sim Labs. Don't delay your updates just because you want to add more and more stuff. Just remember there are bugs that are really important to fix. They won't add that brand new Pratt & Whitney engine, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, the bugs also need correction, and so we would prefer something like PMDG done here. They released this plane during a time they knew people would be at home flying, and they would want to see and fly a new plane. So here it is, PMDG Trip 737, fine addition to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Let me tell you, little bugs, they are annoying, yes, but we made it work out, and the flight was quite pleasant. So yeah, thank you guys for coming. Remember, leave a like and subscribe. You can also help the channel by donating via Buy Me a Coffee, and I really appreciate you being here, and thank you for your company. I'll see you next time. Cheerios, bye-bye.
Ryanair 390 Mike, cross runway 16 at Whiskey 2. Continue taxi via Whiskey 2 Micron Fox there. Cross runway 16 at Whiskey 2. Continue taxi via Whiskey 2 Micron Foxtrot in Ryanair 390 Mike.
I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drum's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soared into the